Hello, guys, and welcome back to Life with Paulie. It's currently October 25th. It's about 12:30 p.m., and it is beautiful out here in New York today. As you can see here, Annabelle's sitting in a chair, relaxing, just looking and listening to the chipmunks and birds. There's some birds out here today in New York. Of course, it is fall, but it is warm out today. It's supposed to hit 71. It's about 67 degrees right now here in New York. If you're unfamiliar with my channel, I currently reside in my 2007 Saturn Ion. That is not my car right there. That's my daughter's husband's old car sitting there, but my car is over by the shed parked. And I currently reside in my 2007 Saturn Ion with my cute puppy dog here, Annabelle. I am saving money to buy a van to turn into my tiny home. But we're sitting outside today because it's a beautiful day here in New York. I live in Coxsackie, New York, which is about 10 miles from Catskill Mountains. This is my daughter's house over there. I've showed it in my other videos. And if you would like to see the car set up and how I got my bed set up in the car, you can go back and watch my videos. I have lots of videos of that on my YouTube channel. As you can see here, it's fall. There's lots of leaves on the ground. But it's supposed to be really warm here in the next few days, and we're just enjoying the weather today. And I'm having, of course, my coffee. I also wanted to let everybody know that on my channel, I do have reselling videos. If you're in the reselling community or you're looking to get into reselling, I have a lot of reselling videos on my YouTube channel. Now, these are older videos. They're 1 or 2 years old, but they still coincide with today's reselling community. So I have a lot of videos where I answer questions on there about eBay and Facebook Marketplace and USPS. So if you're looking for questions to be answered, you can always go and watch those videos. Even though they're a year or 2 years old, if you're looking for something to be answered and you don't see it on one of my videos, you can always comment on one of those videos and I will get the notification that you commented on that video and I will be able to answer your question. I know stuff about eBay. I know stuff about Facebook Marketplace. I know stuff about USPS. If you don't know, I used to be a top-rated power seller on eBay, and I did have a store, and I was top-rated power seller for a couple years, and then I closed my store down. And the reason why I closed my store down is because my mom ended up getting sick, and she ended up with stage 4 lung cancer. So I was her main caregiver 24/7 up until the end of her life, which she died on February 5th of 2022. And I took care of her up until her last breath. I closed my store down because of that reason. And then I decided to live the nomad life. There's a lot of people out there that are living in their cars or living in their vans. Some people, they're doing it because they can't afford rent. As we all know, prices have went up rent-wise, food-wise. The economy has been really bad. And there's some people that live in a car or a van because they can't afford an apartment or just don't want to spend their money on an apartment. I know a woman, I think it's Vivian's Van Life Vivian's van life, I believe it is. She is 70 years old and she gets SSI and she lives in her van outside of her son's house. I'm living in my car outside of my daughter's house. So, yeah. Now, some people might say, well, why don't you live with your daughter? And the reason being is I don't believe in that. My daughter works very hard for her money. Her husband works very hard for his money, and they pay $900. They rent this house for $900 a month, and they have all this land that they let me use, and I park on their land that they rent. And I do use a lead cord from my daughter's shed. My daughter's shed is way over there. I run a lead cord from her shed to the car to charge my phone, and so I can watch videos and movies at night on my phone. And I also, use lights and things like that. So I do give my daughter a little bit of money towards her electric bill every month to cover that. I give her more than what I use. But that's just the kind of person I am. But yeah, I don't live with my daughter because I don't want to. I'm sure that if I asked her, she would let me. She does have an extra room, but I don't believe in that, and I would never want to come between a married couple. Sometimes it's not good to live with people, even if it is family. Not saying that me and my daughter don't get along. We do, but she has her own life. Her husband and her have their own life, and I want them to live their own life. I'm an adult. I'm 49 years old. Um, if you don't know, I have a lot of health issues. I am a diabetic type 2. I have heart issues because I had a heart attack back in 2021 and 2 stents put in my heart. So I do receive disability. I do have an income, and I'm using some of that income to live on, of course, and I'm using some of it to save to buy a van to turn into my tiny home. The car that I have is very small. I can fit a twin mattress in there. Like I said, if you want to see that, you can go back and watch those videos. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I'm hanging out and just enjoying the weather today because it's supposed to be getting down in the 50s and 40s again in another few days. But up until Saturday, it's supposed to be warm out. Saturday, it's supposed to be 70, almost 80 degrees on Saturday. And the leaves are falling. Now, New York is a great place to live. Of course, you have to deal with the winters. And that's another reason why I'm getting a new car, is because my car is good and all, but it is rusted underneath very badly and falling apart. So once I get rid of my vehicle, I can't even really sell it because of the simple fact is it's so rusted underneath and so bad it is falling apart. It wouldn't be safe to sell to someone else. So I probably will get money from a junkyard or something for it once I get a used van. The van that I get will be used. I don't believe in buying brand new vehicles or paying payments on a vehicle. For the simple fact is, if something happens and you can't make that payment or something, then it gets taken away from you. And the van that I'm going to get, whatever van I get, is going to be my forever home. Yeah. So, and I'm doing good health-wise. I've lost weight since I've been living in my car because I've been helping my daughter mow this entire lawn. And this ain't the entire lawn. If you want to see how big the lawn is, you can go back and watch my previous videos. I do have videos of my daughter's whole property and what I mow. She does not ask me to mow it. Neither does her husband, but I do it to help them out because they work Monday through Friday, long hours, usually from 12 to 8 p.m. at night, and I do it for the exercise also. I've done good with my depression. I've got off all my depression and anxiety pills, and I've done good with that. I was on Seroquel for sleeping. I got off of that, and I'm doing very well. I'm not as depressed no more because I'm by family. Where I used to live used to be 2 hours away. I wasn't close by my family or my daughter, and now I'm close, so I get to see her a lot and spend time with my other daughter, too, that only lives about 10 minutes from here. So yeah, this is the Catskill Mountains. It's very beautiful this time of year because the leaves are changing and falling. Of course, there's a lot of work to do with sweeping up the leaves and keeping them at bay because there's so many trees. This is like country living. I'm thinking about building a couple fires maybe in the next couple days and maybe doing fires, fireplace story time, fire pit story time. Something like that. If you would like to see those kinds of videos, please comment down below. It is free to support this channel by hitting the subscribe button down below, the like button, and leaving a comment down below. Also, to the right-hand side, if you look to the right-hand side, there is a bell that you can hit for all notifications so you're notified when I upload a video. I've been doing more videos, and I think I'm going to be doing more videos on YouTube just so I have somebody to talk to during the day. It currently is almost 1 o'clock. My daughter left for work. She leaves about 11:45. She leaves for work and she don't get home until 8 p.m., which most of the time I'm back in the car by 8 p.m. So I don't get to see her after work, but I get to see her before work. And sometimes once in a while I will see her on the weekend, except for if she goes someplace. But yeah. Annabelle loves it outside, and I love it for her out here because there's lots of land to run. I don't have to have her on a leash because she's a pretty obedient dog, and she listens to me. She doesn't go in the road. The road is not a very busy road. There is cars and trucks that go down the road pretty fast, but it's there's only a couple houses down the road, so it's not a very busy road. And she listens to me. If she goes by the road and I tell her to come back to me, she does. So she's a very good and obedient dog. She is a Chihuahua Dachshund mixed. I just love her to death. She has brought me through a lot, including the death of my mom. She loved my mom to death. She was actually on the bed when my mom died, and she would not get off the bed. And then once they picked my mom off the bed, the funeral parlor came and they took my mom off the bed when she died. I kept her there for a couple hours to visit with her and to spend some more time with her a couple hours after she died. My daughter ended up making a 2-hour trip out to me to see her grandma before I had the funeral parlor pick her up. And the dog went nuts when they picked her up from the bed, and she was wondering where grandma went. She was wondering where my mom went. She was mainly my dog, but she always used to sleep with my mama. She loved my mama. She loves to cuddle up, and she slept with me too. She sleeps with me too, and she definitely sleeps with me now. And she cuddles up at night, which is good, especially when it's cold out. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, and I will see you in my next video. But please remember, I got other videos on my YouTube station, including the reselling videos. That could be helpful for some people, especially if you want to start your own business. Reselling, whether you want to sell on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something like that. And like I said, if you have any questions about anything, you can always leave them in the comments down below, and I will get back to you. But yeah. Anyways, I'm going to enjoy the weather, and I will see you in my next video.